Do you feel more tired, sad, or unmotivated as the days get shorter? You're not alone. What you're experiencing might be seasonal depression. Hi, my name is Chaz, and welcome to Chaz in Motion. Today, we're diving into something many people struggle with but don't always talk about: seasonal depression, also called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short. We'll explore what it is, why it happens, and what you can do to feel better during these tough months. If this sounds like something you or someone you know might be dealing with, stick around. Seasonal depression is a type of depression that occurs at a specific time of the year, most commonly during the fall and winter. It can cause low energy, sadness, changes in sleep, or, even the appetite, and a loss of interest in things you normally enjoy. For some people, these symptoms can feel overwhelming. I know I myself, and probably with a lot of other people around me, have felt this symptom. It is a tough one because obviously I still go through it right now as we speak. Seasonal depression is a very, very tough part of my life. It does demotivate me from doing a lot of stuff, especially when I have so much to look forward to in the future. You have to think of it like your body reacting to the shorter days and longer nights, almost as if it's stuck in a kind of hibernation mode. Hibernation mode in general is wild to me. Hibernation mode in general is a wild thing to me. You know, those times where you get to sleep in and like you feel like you overslept and you probably sleep for like 12 hours straight. And then when you wake up, you don't feel rested. You feel more groggy and you feel it's that feeling every single time during the winter time. There are a few reasons behind seasonal depression. Reduced sunlight affects your body's internal clock called the circadian rhythm, which can throw off your sleep and energy levels. Less sunlight can also lead to lower levels of serotonin, the chemical that helps regulate your mood. And finally, melatonin, a hormone that controls sleep, which, may increase during darker months, leaving you feel sluggish and unmotivated, and you just don't want to you just feel so freaking depressed. I would know. I I hated that feeling so bad. It's not just in your head. There are real biological reasons why this happens. SAD doesn't affect everyone equally. You're more likely to experience it if you live in a place with long, dark winters, like northern regions far from the equator. People between 18 to 30 years old and those with a family history of depression are also more at risk. Now, they do say between 18 and 30, but, and I clearly say this, I am in my 40s and I still feel this way during winter. It's inevitable, I feel like it is. If this sounds like you, pay close attention to the next part on how to manage and treat it. Now, using a light box that mimics natural sunlight can help regulate your mood and energy. Sitting in front of it for like 20 to 30 minutes a day, especially in the morning, can make a huge difference. But to me, that's not really what I feel like can help. The next one I feel might help most is to exercise. Exercise is a very powerful mood booster. Even if it's just a brisk walk outside during the daylight hours, you can just go ahead and do that. I feel like that's a better way to attack something that's trying to knock you down back into your bed. And the other one could be, don't underestimate the power of talking to a therapist or counselor. They can help you develop coping strategies and even recommend treatments like cognitive behavior therapy. I'm a big fan of that. Not the therapy part, but the talking part. Maybe with people you feel like you trust. It doesn't necessarily have to be with, like, a therapist, a licensed therapist. It can be with someone in your family that you trust with your feelings, someone, that you consider family, even your best friends or people you feel like are not going to take advantage of your downfall at the moment. Now, the fourth thing that I feel is very optional. I don't want to be that person and be like, "Hey, don't do this." It is an option, but is it the most recommended? No, not by a long shot. For severe cases only, I feel like antidepressants might be an option, but this is something to discuss with your doctor in general. As someone that was in antidepressants, I personally wouldn't recommend it. It does kill your mood even more. Depending on your body, depending how your mental state is, I feel like you should not be taking antidepressants, especially when it comes to stuff like this. Something that's seasonal, something that's just gonna pass by. Oops, sorry. Something that's just gonna pass by just for the hell of it. I don't feel like you should. Now, the fifth thing I'm going to tell you guys of how you can cope with it is sticking to a regular sleep schedule and making time for things you enjoy can help you feel more well grounded. And many times I feel like that does work. Making content for me has been a pretty big burden during November, December, um, only because it's those months that really puts me down. It takes my spirit and like crumbles it into like tiny little pieces. And it's not like it's something that I can be like, okay, now we can go ahead and do what we have to do because sunlight is out. No, it brings you down, like even during the daytime. Like I can't even stress it enough how much of a burden this symptom can be on your body and in your mental state. Personally, what I found that works the most for me is number feel like it's number 2 and number 5. Just staying active and building a routine. Something that keeps you motivated, wants you it keeps you wanting to do what you want to do during that extensive period of winter. Now, living in New York, we do have that, that time zone that affects us really bad. And 3:30, 4 o'clock p.m., the sun goes down. And during that winter's time where we're just in the cold, not motivated, we want to do stuff, but we can't because our bodies are like, I think you should lay down a little bit more, just a little bit more. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. And that's literally my body the whole entire time. Once 3:30, 4 o'clock comes, because it feels like you're losing so much time, so many hours in the day, but in actuality, it's just a time zone, man. It messes with your mind. So seasonal depression is real, but you don't have to face it alone. Like try some of these tips and don't hesitate to seek help if you need it. Let's talk about it in the comments. Have you experienced seasonal depression? What's helped you get through it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more content, like strong content like this. Now, I want you guys to stay strong, stay blessed, stay humble, and I'll see you guys in the next one.